Shalom Israel. For a start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharaka Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who rule and teach well, the Akim on the highways and byways, and those pushing this word in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, this precept that I want to read, this is Proverbs 21:16. It says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." Now, it's not people that's physically dead, but that's people that's spiritually dead, which is the state that many of our people are in these days. They are spiritually dead. They don't know who they are. They don't know who their power is. They don't even know why we're in the conditions that we're in and keep going through the things that we do. And many of our people don't even choose to know these things. And it says they shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Now, when we look at that word in the Hebrew, that's Rafah. It says ghosts of the dead, shade spirits. Yeah, showing you that the dead state that they're in is a spiritually dead state. I'm going to go to one of the origins, which is H7503. It says to sink, relax. Yeah, our people are in a state of relax, and that goes relaxation. That goes back to where it says rise up ye careless daughters. That word careless goes back to carefree. That's the situation that our people are in. They're in a carefree state where nothing really matters apart from the here and now. They're not thinking of the latter end. They're not thinking of what's to come, what the Most High says He's going to do to this place and to us if we don't get ourselves right. It says to sink, relax, sink down. That reminds me of that film. Can't remember the name of the film, but it speaks about, the bit where the guy was in that sunken place. Yeah, that's where our people are. They're in that sunken place, a place of the dead, a place where many of our people don't want to return from because they're quite comfortable in that sunken place. It says, let drop, be disheartened. And when we go down, to E, it says to show oneself slack. Yeah, that's our people, man. We're very slack. We don't consider our latter end, why we're in the situation that we're in. Showing you that we're quite happy being in the congregation of the dead, even calling ourselves black. That's not in a nationality or a race of people, but many of our people love that term black. And why are we called black? You have other races who at times is darker than us, but they're not deemed black or called black. So what makes us black? We don't consider none of these things. So we stay in a place which is for the dead, in a dead state. This is Micah 7 and verse 6 says, "For the son dishonoureth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house." And this is something that can keep us in that congregation of the dead, our own people, our family members. They'll have the parties, the Christmas parties, the birthday parties that they want us to come to. And when we say we're not attending these things, we're looked on sideways because we don't want to partake in what we know is wickedness. Our families can keep us in that congregation of the dead. If you love your family more than the Most High, if you love your family more than Yahweh, then more than Yahweh Shai, they keep us in that sunken state because now we want to please them. We don't want to seem like the black sheep in the family, but coming into this truth, you have to learn to cut ties at times. Now, if your family is okay with you being in the truth, that's cool, but that's very rare. A lot of people, when they come to this truth, their family is against them. Oh, you're in a cult. You're this, you're that. You teach hatred. But they don't realize the state that they're in. They don't realize the congregation that they're amongst. You know, we were part of those dry bones, and fortunately for us, we were deemed worthy to be able to receive this message, which many of our people can't receive. So they stay in the congregation of the dead. And another thing that keeps us in that congregation of the dead is 1 John 2 and 15. Let me go there. Okay. 1 John chapter 2 verse 15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Yeah, this is another thing that keeps us in that congregation of the dead, the things of the world, because the things of the world are actually designed to keep us in a dead state, to remove us from our power, to keep the power from our mindset. Yeah, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him, showing you that you loving the world, partaking in the things of the world, you can't be a lover of the Most High and a love of the world. You know, the scripture says you can't love God and mammon. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but of the world. Yeah. It says all of these things, says the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, the pride of life. You know, the lust of the flesh, oh, you know, I want to get a bigger house, but the house you got is okay. I want to get a bigger TV, but your TV is okay. I want to get a better car, but the car does the job it needs. You're looking at your friends, how they might be prospering, being in the world, and you lusting after these things can pull you back into the world. You know, this is why we have to stay strong, man. Pray, fast, and ask the Most High to keep our faith steadfast. Because these things will pull us back into the world, and, you know, being taken out of the congregation of the dead, we can end up going back into that congregation. This is Sirach, chapter 2 and 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So the lust of the world, the lust of the flesh, your family will bring temptations your way. It says, set thy heart aright. Yeah, get your mind right. And constantly endure. And regardless of what comes your way, if your family want to cut you off, then so be it. If you can't get certain things, you know, don't let it be the be all and end all. Whatever we're meant to get, the Most High will send our ways, and He will give us what we need, and not necessarily what we want. What we want, we will receive in the kingdom. So we have to be patient. And it says, constantly endure. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in times of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away. Don't depart from what the Most High wants us to do, which is stay away from the world. You know, He wants us to stay out of that congregation of the dead. And we do that by following the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, by keeping firm to this truth, holding fast to the words in these scriptures in its entirety. It says that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And that's what we're going to, you know, we're not going to forsake things in this world, and the Most High ain't going to increase what we forsook later on in the kingdom to come. We're going to get much more than what we forsake in this kingdom. So, you know, let's look at something I want to touch on, man. In the congregation of the dead, you know, many of our people are still in that state of mind, and we've been fortunate for the Most High to bring us out of that, and we don't want to fall back, you know. So keep praying, keep fasting, keep serving Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, and we will be increased in our last end. Now the scripture does say, actually let me get that instead of paraphrase it, Matthew 6 and 33 says, I start 31. Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewith shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. Like I was saying, the Most High knows what we need, and He will give us what we need, not necessarily what we want. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. Exactly. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness. So that's why a lot of our people stay in the congregation of the dead, because, you know, Satan's taking them up to the eye tower, like we read in Matthew 4. to the top of the temple showed our people the wiles of the world, of his kingdom, and we've fallen for it. We've been suckered in. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High. So in doing that, you're going to have to forsake the world. You're going to have to come out of that sunken place. You're going to have to come out of, oh, what's the word? Slakia. My mind's gone blank now. Oh, come out of the congregation of the dead. Slakia for that. My mind just went blank. Yeah, seeking the kingdom, we have to detach ourselves from these things. You know, even certain family members you might have to detach yourself from. Yeah, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness. That's another thing. You know, his righteousness, which is his laws, statutes, and commandments, and keeping faith. And all these things shall be added unto you. Yeah. Everything that we need, we'll receive in the kingdom. That don't mean that the Most High can't or may not bless us on this side, but we're not meant to be seeking all of these things on this side. You know, seek to receive them in the kingdom. And if it's the Lord's will, it will bless you with certain things on this side. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we need to make sure we stay away from that sunken place. Stay away from the congregation of the dead. That may mean cutting ties. You know, staying away from the Christmas dues, the birthday dues, you know, the Easter dues, all of these things that our people are caught up in, that keeps us in that sunken place and in the congregation of the dead. So with that, I hope this was edifying. I'm going to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahara Kakadash, Kwam Rasha Allah.